What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about Faraday Future. So I've already done a Faraday video today. I went over the data points at the time and what shorts are doing and everything that you needed to know. But since then, there's been some developments. So I wanted to talk about some of those developments and what they are truly meaning, because I feel like Faraday does have a lot of new investors. They might not understand exactly what is happening behind the scenes. So again, I just wanted to kind of break that down. And possibly, if people would maybe want it, I can do a live stream either later tonight or tomorrow just to go over absolutely everything. But obviously you guys know me, hopefully by now. I'm not really part of the hype crew and all that. I like to lay out facts, plain and simple. So hopefully you guys do appreciate that. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So Faraday went down 17.72% after hours, an additional 25%. So there was two things that did come out, one formal, one informal. Formal one was this. Ultimately, as of June 21st, 2024, Faraday is switching accounting firms because right now, based on the NASDAQ website, they are still deficient on their 10K and 10Q. So 10Q is going to be up until the end of March. So switching accounting firms should really escalate that and getting it out probably in 30 days. That takes time for MGO to come in because it does look like MGO is succeeding this company right here, 𝗪𝗧𝗛 USA LLP. And this part right here is not FUD, is just speculation, but at least based on my experience of similar kind of companies in a very similar state as Faraday, whenever a company does switch accounting firms at this stage, typically is because of the old and the, original accounting firm finding something of concern over and demanding that Faraday to change it. And usually what does happen is Faraday doesn't really want to comply, right? So what they would rather do is switch accounting firms. So even though this isn't actually supposed to happen, because Faraday technically does have shareholder approval. Like shareholders, based on the last annual meeting, did approve for 𝗪𝗧𝗛 USA LLP to be the accounting firm. And so this is why they even do say that during the next shareholder meeting, you are going to have this obviously being voted for, that MGO is going to succeed 𝗪𝗧𝗛 and be the next accounting firm for the next year. So again, that might be speculation on exactly what is happening. So you can kind of see that as a good thing or as a bad thing, because good thing is that earnings is going to be out probably in roughly 30 days. My own opinion, of course. Bad thing is the old accounting firm found something of concern over. So Faraday, in my opinion, is trying to hide it. So once again, you guys kind of do your own due diligence at the end of the day. So this is one of the attributing factors why Faraday is going down. There was also this that was submitted. So this came out at 4:15. This came out at 5:59. So for those of you that do remember my video 2 days ago where I went all about NASDAQ compliance, what the next steps were going to be and everything else. So lo and behold, we actually have our answers. So it says Faraday Future announces plan for regaining compliance with the NASDAQ listing standards. So in my video, I did say, after kind of going over the various different options that could play out, Faraday will need to do a reverse stock split. And lo and behold, here we are. So it looks like they're going to be seeking a 1:2 to a 1:40 ratio. That's going to be dependent on the board. So that the board will actually have the final say on what the ratio is. So what you will see next, probably in the next couple of trading days, is a preliminary 14A form submitted. And ultimately that's for the shareholder meeting. So you're going to have the accounting firm, probably directors, and as well vote on the shareholders, reverse stock split. So again, shareholders will not have a say in what the ratio is going to be, whether it be on the low end, so 1:2, or a 1:40. And keep in mind that you don't have to do opposite spectrums. They could do anywhere in the middle, right? So they could do a 1:20 if they see fit. But as I mentioned in my previous video, just to quickly go over to Faraday, Faraday has done 2 reverse stock splits in the past, a 1-for-3 and a 1-for-80. Combine those together, that does equate to a 1:240. Based on NASDAQ rulings, they do have stipulations in there that if any company is over a ratio of 1:250 within a 2-year time span, then that company is not able to get any of the benefits of the NASDAQ extension extensions. So for instance, in the future, let's say Faraday does another reverse stock split and they are over that 1 to 250 ratio, and let's say they are deficient with another thing, doesn't matter what it is, but let's say they are deficient with another NASDAQ ruling, they won't be given a 6-month extension. They will be instantly kicked off. So just wanted to break that down. Maybe I wasn't fully clear in my previous video when I went over everything, but needless to say, anticipate a shareholder meeting coming fairly soon, as well as possibly a reverse stock split. So one thing that we don't know is ultimately the timeline, because most likely we will see an 8K come out with the actual breakdown of what the NASDAQ did require. So clearly the NASDAQ said yes to the whole reverse stock split. One thing in here though that it does state that the NASDAQ wouldn't be having any influence over is that they're also seeking to have approval to increase authorized shares for strategic financing. To me, again, I'm not in love with any stock, so you're not going to get any hype from me. You're not going to say diamond hands, all that other crap. Like if you believe in the company itself, then go for it. Every time I see a company trying to raise the authorized shares, that equates to they're going to dilute the fuck, pardon my French, out of the company. So again, it's kind of hard, right? I've said this in the past. I do these videos and the operations of Faraday, in my opinion, is subpar because of this recent hype. Kind of lit a fire under their management's ass, so they finally started to do something. And prior to that though, they clearly were diluting a significant amount, and based on this one part right here, like they intend on diluting quite a lot more. So for those investors that plan on holding long term, your equity in the company is going to get diluted to basically a fraction. And that's not even counting the whole reverse stock split. So this single-handedly is why it is going down a lot, because in reality, it's not necessarily the best news. But once again, if you see this as optimistic, because it does say right here, if successful, this company could support production ramp-ups and new strategic initiatives. The company remains committed to securing full NASDAQ compliance and blah, blah, blah. So in essence, yeah, if you believe that the company is going to use this money for bigger and better things and like very successful things, then yeah, like this is good for you. But again, I'll always like to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and there is a lot of ugly all over this. So obviously, once again, I just wanted to break this down. If you would like me to do a kind of a live stream, that way you guys can ask questions essentially while I'm going over stuff, then let me know. I can do one later tonight, late tonight-ish. Or if not, tomorrow. So regardless, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And yeah, so let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And with that, appreciate all of you watching.